I hear these waves as we approach Ellis Island, and I hear what so many before me heard. Hope. Over 12 million people rode these waters between 1892 and 1954, immigrating to America because they longed for their own opportune moment in time, a future they could build by their own accord. I imagine a room full of chaotic optimism. As many as 11,000 would walk these halls on any given day. They were men, women, husbands and wives, fathers, mothers, and children. They would go on to enter this country and shape the very foundation of generations to come. So many people in search for a hope found in the United States of America. And yet, we were there, offering them a different kind of hope, an eternal hope. It's interesting to think about how many of our stories circle back to this place. My own grandmother, at the age of 19, boarded a ship called the Caledonia and left Norway with 44 other Norwegians, destined for the United States. She arrived on April 29, 1912. That same month, according to our 1912 annual report, the New York Bible Society, the ministry that would go on to become Bíblica, handed out a Norwegian Bible on Ellis Island to everyone above childhood. It's incredible to think that my grandmother was greeted with a Bible in her native tongue by the very ministry her distant descendant would one day become a steward of a century later. But for me, here, 62 years after Ellis Island welcomed its last guest, hope continues to ride upon these waves. For when I hear them crash against these shores, I don't only think about my grandmother's story, or the millions who entered this country through these doors, or even the United States itself.
I'm reminded of the true hope of our story. I'm reminded of the Savior of mankind. I'm reminded of Jesus Christ. For even these winds and these waves obey him. How great is our God.